We are now joined with the captain of the KWL Mets, Ben Tack, as we will now break down all 21 teams and their outlook for the upcoming season. So, Kills, our first team is the KWL Angels, captained by Torre DeStefano. They also have Jake Paul, Andre Johnson, and Matt Ryan. What's your feelings on this team?
Well, it's correct. Is that Matt Ryan's first year in the KWL League?
It is Matt Ryan's
We don't
first
know
year.
what's going to happen this year for this team since they're new, but I have a pretty prediction that they will have a great season.
Why is that, Kills?
My reason is because Matt Ryan is a great athlete. He's built, and I think he'll have a great season this year in the KWL.
Makes sense to me, Kills. Alright, for our next team, we have the KWL Astros, captained by Chris Duffy. Also joining him are Matt and Ron Gibbons and Nick Warren. Ben, what's your opinion on this team?
See, I think this team could do some damage because they have participated in wiffle ball leagues before. It will be interesting to see how they actually turn out later on in the season.
The boys from Wask are always contenders in the Joe B's tournament.
They are
Alright.
indeed.
For our next team, Kills, we have the A's, which is captained by yours truly, and Andrew Wangstead and Quinn Begans round out the team. What's your feelings on this team?
Well, this team, it has made the championship in the last 2 years. I think they're hungry for a ring this year. Andrew Wangstead is the home run king, and he actually goes off every year. So I really think they're going to win the championship all the way this year. I think so.
Alright, Kills, you just said that you thought your team could win this championship.
Well, no, listen. I did say that, but I think it's going to be us, me, the Yankees, and the A's in the championship series, and I think you guys will probably come out victorious.
Because I'm glad. I hope to see you there.
All right.
For our next team, then, we have the KWL Blue Jays, captained by Ryan McElrath, who was last year's Rookie Pitcher of the Year, rounded out by his twin brother Tim and Seth Staubel, who ordered Domino's.
See, the McElraths seem... I don't know if we can see them work well together. I personally think we can see them fight, and it will be interesting.
Their team chemistry is usually questioned, but they seem to pull through in the
And
end.
also, Drew, that was a great day. Ordered Domino's Pizza. That was hilarious.
Championship Sunday.
Yeah,
Kills.
yeah.
Next team, KWL Braves, captained by Tyler Curlin. He will be joined by Luke Staubel and Ian Garland. Ian Garland has been known to quit leagues before. Kills, what's your feeling on this team?
I don't think they're good chemistry, I'll tell you what. I don't think they're going to have a good year this year since he's quit leagues before. I don't think they're going to win this year.
Makes sense to me,
Sorry,
Kills.
sorry.
Ben, our next team is one of their members was on the KWL championship team from last season, Joel Benacase. He is the captain of the Cardinals. He is joined by Division I pitcher Dick Petro, who's at Iona. We wish him the best of luck this season.
No, we don't.
And Zach Nerone, who's at Ulster. What's your feelings on this team, Ben?
See, I think this team could be a very dominant team. I mean, we've got Joel Benacase, who is truly just... He's proven himself.
2008 Frank Allen Award winner.
He was. Dick Petro, who is, D1, he's amazing. He's a good pitcher. And then Nerone, who nobody really knows what he's going to do.
Nerone has a good uppercut swing, so he could put
He
a couple
does,
out this season.
and he does have an arm. Believe me, he does have an arm.
He does. Our next team is the KWL Colt 45s, captained by Corey Juby, and he's joined by the Nacarado brothers, Ryan and Kyle. Kills, what is your feelings on this team? They're very cocky.
To tell you the truth is, I talked to Kyle Knock and his older brother Knock. They do not like the name at all. Corey Juby, I think he's an idiot in my opinion. But Kyle Knock might release Corey Juby from the team. So, and I think he'll take over as captain. So this year, I think
that could be helpful, actually.
Kyle Knock and Knock are going to get a good player, and I think they have a chance to make it to the championship this year.
That we're scouting at the championship game last season. Next team is the KWL Dodgers. They are an original 8 team in the KWL. Mark Villa is the captain. He's joined by his brother, Alexis Villa. They're looking for a third player this season. Ben, what do you think about the Villa brothers' chances this year?
I think the Villa brothers are determined. I think Alexis just had a recent problem with asthma, and we need to see if he recovers from that. But they could be doing something special this year.
And they did make the playoffs for the first time last season. Kills, our next team, the KWL Expos, captained by Eric Bernard, joined by James Clark, Nick Jabor, and Jake DePietro. They have a couple of clowns on their team. Eric has been known not to take things too seriously. What do you think about this team this year, Kills?
Well, they are new members of the KWL. Is that true?
Yes, they are.
Well, this year, I think they're not a good chance because I don't think any of those guys have played in a wiffle ball league before. So this year, I think this is your year just to get used to the league, and then next year they have a chance to make it, I think.
Experience is definitely a factor, Kills. I have to agree there.
Thank
Next team, the KWL Indians, the last team to join the KWL this season. Kevin Jacobs is their captain. He is joined by Shanquel Winchell, Nick Ryan, and Chachi Sean Fontanez. Nick Ryan was a member of the championship team this year. He's not very good, but he can bring some leadership to the team, Ben. What do you think about the Indians this year?
I don't think they're going to go anywhere at all. I have seen Nick Ryan try to play football, and it really just isn't very good. Sean may be the best athlete on the team, but I don't think he has any football talent.
And still, Drew, in my opinion, the reason why they won the championship last year because they had Chris Spinelli on the team. That's my opinion.
I don't think Nick had anything to do with it.
Nick had nothing to do with it. So in my opinion.
Next team, we have the KWL Mariners, captained by Andrew Silberg. He is joined by young phenom Micah Riddick, who absolutely destroyed the Joe Bees tournament last year, and Zach Boyce, who is also a member of the Joe Bees championship team. What do you think about these guys, Kills?
I think that's two big picks right there. Andrew, good thinking on that. I think they're pretty good in championship material. I think they have a chance. I hope Andrew recovers from anger management, and I hope he gets there, gets back in there.
Because I have to agree there. Next team, KWL Marlins. Anthony Lobianco, who played with Silberg last season, is the captain of this team. He is joined by Tom Murphy and Cameron Hummel. Cameron Hummel was on the Twins in 2008. Ben, what do you think about these guys?
I question their seriousness. I'm not too sure that they're going to actually take this league seriously, and I don't know. If they can't do that, then there won't be anything. There won't be any big competition.
Totally agree.
Alright, we're going to stay with Ben on this one, as it is his team, the KWL Mets. He is joined by some guys out of Aniora, home of two-time MVP Dan Birchfield. Alec Chun and Justin Alls will join you this season. Ben, what's your opinion on your team?
I believe that we should be doing something this year. We can go somewhere. Alec is a great pitcher, and hopefully he can bring that into football with him.
And
we'll have to see what happens.
Ben, you know what the Mets stand for, though? My entire team sucks, so it might suck this year.
No, I'm pretty sure we will see the Mets do something.
Ben, how does it feel that your team had 2 hits all of last season? Does that stat play a factor?
You see, the fact that it was me and my brother playing most of the games because my team didn't show up, I think was a lot of it. And I think we only played 3 games, or maybe 4.
Two games.
2 games.
0-2. And the commissioner has warned Tack that if he doesn't come to the KWL this season, he will be permanently ejected from the league.
This is
I
true.
totally agree with you on Drew. That's a
But
great
my
deal.
team wants the ring. We want it to be...
You don't get a ring, you get a trophy.
We want the trophy.
Alright, next team.
We want the
next
trophy.
Team, KWL Orioles. Evan Nolan is the captain that did lose in the semifinals last season. He is joined by Brad Merrill, last year's Offensive Rookie of the Year, Cameron Sweeney, and Brendan Denver, who's one of the most hysterical guys in the league. Kills, what's your feelings on this team?
I agree with that. He's hysterical. Well, yeah, it was a tough loss last year. Evan did not like that, and he's looking to get hungry for a trophy this year. So I think they're pretty good in championship material, and I think they have a chance to win the championship this year.
You think they can make a return trip to the semifinals?
Yes, no doubt about it. I think they're going to return this year.
All right.
Semifinals.
Next team, KWL Padres, hailing out of Tilson, New York. Tony Polacco, captain of his team. His brother, Chris Polacco, is joining him, who does not have his license. He's 20 years old. I don't know what that's about. He's also joined by George Ryan, who's a young prospect. Ben, what's your feelings on this team?
It could be a good team. I don't know. Tony Polacco seems to be talented in some sports, so I don't know how he'll do in wiffle ball, but I'll wait and see.
He did look pretty strong at KWL winter training at Edson Cement Gardens last week. Next team, KWL Pirates. Chuck Skinner, who's made about 16 acquisitions and releases this season. He does have a final roster at this point. His team is rounded out by... Honestly, I can't remember because he's made so many different changes. But how do you think that's going to affect their team?
In my opinion, you should have a team 3 months before KWL starts because you got to have a team chemistry. You have to know your team, who the person is. Get to know him.
You got to know your teammates.
Have to know your teammates because when you play teams in the KWL, you have to have teamwork. No doubt about it. There's no I in team. All right.
That's true, Phils.